On this week's digital marketing news, the latest from Facebook, Google, and Snapchat, plus new B2b marketing research.
Welcome to the Digital Marketing News. I'm Tiffany Allen.
And with your first story this week, I am Joshua Knight. The first story involves the beloved classic television series Jim Henson's Storytellers. Do you remember that one? They had the Minotaur and all the Greek myths and everything.
Yeah.
The huge lion puppet. Okay, no. This is about Storytellers. That is a new feature that Snapchat has launched.
Okay.
So they are developing in a very small way. They're tipping a toe into having an influencer marketplace. So they're introducing their top 5 content creators to brands, kind of making them available to make the connection with the brand and then not just produce content for the brand, but to help the brand produce their own content.
Oh.
So, Snapchat has its own peculiar and, to me, frightening language. It's vertical video and very pithy and short, and craziness happens, and sometimes people look like dogs.
Fair.
That's what I know about Snapchat. But these people actually know how to do it and how to get followers and make it work. So this is interesting to see if they keep rolling that out a little wider. This also comes with some new opportunities for monetization that they're mulling over for content creators. So beyond making deals with brands, actually being able to generate some revenue and keep some of it. So this is stuff that all of the other social platforms have kind of already gotten a handle on, so Snapchat is kind of playing catch up a little bit here. But to me, that just says that they are catching up. So I think as marketers, we got to keep an eye on them.
That is a great point.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Snap it. Chat it.
Snap it, chat it, whatever you got to do.
Bop
your
it,
dreams.
twist it, whatever you got.
Well, in other news, did you know? So we talked about this a little bit a week or so ago, but Google introduced their new Google Marketing Cloud.
Ooh.
So yeah, that brought together DoubleClick and Google Analytics 360 Suite.
Sweet.
They're now adding more to that. So more content to make life a little bit easier for digital marketers, data analysts, and things like that. So it's directed, this new content that they're adding to sort of enrich the experience is directed at marketing and online analytics professionals to help them plan, buy, measure, and optimize their paid campaigns in one place. So if you're a search marketer or really any sort or species of digital marketer, this is something to definitely check out. You can use a lot of these paid tools or Google tools that inform paid to help you plan organic efforts as well as doing content research. So this is something that you're going to want to take a look at here in the next few weeks and see how it can fit into your digital marketing overall planning.
Makes perfect sense. And may I recommend, anytime we say cloud now, can we just say the cloud?
Sure.
All right. Well, if you would just please upload yourself briefly to the cloud, I will hit you with my next story.
Will do.
On my next story, Google has launched a new podcast player for Android. So on the Apple side, Apple has a podcast player that they bundle with every iDevice, which has led to them controlling about 21% of the market share for podcasts. And the runners-up on the Google side only have about 7% altogether. So Apple has a huge chunk of the action, and that's because they have a native player. So Google is trying to wrest control of the Android experience for podcasts with this player. And it's kind of an important thing for marketers to be concerned with because podcasts are continuing to rise in listenership. There are about 73 million folks listening in the US right now, and they're growing by 10% year over year. So Apple has been leading, but they only have 25% of the market share for mobile devices. Google has 75%. Hopefully this podcast player will help consolidate that experience for Android users and give marketers a reliable place that they can get their metrics from listening. Because right now, Apple's podcast app gives you some really great metrics, but odds are it's a small fraction of your audience. So I think this is a good move for marketers. We can look forward to a little more robust way to measure our podcast impact. And again, if you haven't thought about podcasting, think about your audience and what they're doing and whether you'd like to capture their attention for 15 minutes to an hour at a time. And maybe look into that for your own marketing. Tiffany?
Thanks, Josh. In other news, Facebook's Q2 of 2018 revenue report just came out, and it's showing that revenue and user adoption are slowing for Facebook while advertising revenue is growing. So advertisers are not necessarily fazed by the kind of PR struggles that Facebook's been having around data security and slower growth just overall. So total revenue for Facebook was $13.23 billion in Q2, which was just shy of their projection of $13.36 billion. However, Facebook advertising revenue rose by 42% year over year, from 9.16 billion to 13 billion. So as you can see, there's a bit of a disconnect here in terms of what they're actually reporting in revenue and what their advertising revenue is coming from. Other research shows that while Facebook is growing year over year in terms of advertising revenue, Instagram was 4 times higher in that year over year growth than Facebook was, showing that advertisers are showing even more significant interest in Instagram than even Facebook in the years coming here in the future. So what does that mean for you as a social media marketer, as a digital marketer? It means maybe it's time to start reevaluating Facebook from a paid standpoint if you're not getting the organic reach that you're getting, and really starting to explore Instagram for both B2C and B2B brands. Back to us.
Thanks, Tiffany. Our final story this week is some new B2B marketing research from the company called Clutch. They make small handbags, they make manual transmissions, and they also make B2B marketing research. All of these things are true. I checked them out on the internet. But they had some interesting insights on the way that B2B consumers are finding content, what types of content they want, and what topics they want covered throughout the funnel. For example, they asked where people find the content that they're looking for to read through. 87% said search engines, makes sense.
Sure.
But 85% said social media. So we're almost as popular as search engines. Social media actually makes sense. 75% said they're going straight to company websites, and 71% said newsletters. So that's email marketing. So this to me says integrated marketing.
Right.
We need the SEO, we need the website, we got to have the email marketing and the social media aspect of it to cover everything that everybody's looking for.
Yeah, I thought it was also interesting that in terms of topics, there was kind of a wide spread of what folks are looking for. The most popular of which, 45% said technology content. 24% said small business, which may be identifying yourself there in the segment a little bit. 21% said workplace or personnel-related content, and 12% said marketing-related content. So that's interesting, especially as you're looking to grow your business, you're looking toward technology, marketing, and of course, making your personnel and your workplace a great place to be in.
And of course, those categories are so broad that it may just be thinking of how can I put a technology spin on this content to maybe pull in a few more people.
Right.
We also found that B2B audiences are still reading, like that thing with the eyeballs and the words.
I remember that.
Tricky, yeah. 33% said that they had read blogs or articles in the last week. 25% said they're reading reviews. 16% said they read product descriptions. Sadly, only 7% said that they read case studies, which is a bit of a bummer, but then you have to figure that those are likely people who are further down in the funnel,
Right.
which I think leads nicely to
where prospects are consuming content when they're in the
Exactly.
funnel, right? So 42% in the early stage of the funnel, so basically your awareness stage, are at the kind of the blog reading level. They're more likely to read blogs than any other content, reviews, case studies, things like that. 28% of prospects who are kind of further in the funnel, and that kind of engage part, that middle part, are more likely to read product descriptions, so looking for a little bit more information about what it is that they're trying to procure. And the bottom funnel prospects are more likely to read reviews of the product. So once they know what the product is, kind of more about the company, they want to know more about the experience of folks like them who have purchased the services or product of said company.
So I think the missing piece there is if you're not encouraging people to write reviews and giving them that little nudge, then that may be a thing to do.
Yep, absolutely. Definitely. Well, that is all the digital marketing news that we have for you this week. We'll be back next week with more digital marketing news. If you need more in the meantime, you can follow me on Twitter at Tiffany_Allen or TopRank at TopRank.
And you can find me on Twitter at Nitewrites, that's Nitewrites. And if you enjoy our videos, please do hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you'll see not just this particular show, but all of the other cool video that we're doing.
All right. We'll see you next week.
Thanks for tuning in.
Bye.